The Knights, pool play 13U here in Field 4 in Oldsmar, Florida, Canal Park. Glad to have you aboard. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network's broadcast of the Fall Championship pool play for 13U. I thank Tournament Director Tim Labus and Side Director Matt Grant for their efforts to get this tournament up and going. So real quick on the lineups behind the plate. So R3 is the home team. So behind the plate is going to be Jet. On the mound is Kellen. Coming up, the batting order for Diamond Elite is going to be Cam, Jaden, Josh, Britt, JP, Carter, Brandon, Ski, Nate, and Reed. All right, so about to get things underway here as Cam approaches the batter's box.
All right, Cam, both sides up. Sounds like. Have fun with him. Hey, let's see one. Make him work now. Be a problem.
So Cam stepping in. And here comes the first pitch from Kellen. And the final game is now underway. Ball low.
Ready to get ahead. Be a problem. Let's see one now. Be a good leadoff.
And it's a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no strikes. And the second pitch. Called strike, and it's 1-1.
Go to work now. The best one right here.
Strike, and it's 1-1.
Good.
There's a foul ball out of play. And that's going to make it 1-2 now.
Close. Got to fight. It's on his leg. Good job. Good job. Evened up. Hey, let's win this thing. Let's go. 22.
All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is 1 out. So 1 down. That's going to bring in Jaden. Josh on deck. That's Josh Eaker. Josh Giroux is not in the lineup. That was handed to me. And the pitch. Ball high. That's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes from Kellen to Jaden. Top of the first inning, 1 out. Just getting underway here, the last pool play game of the night for 13U. That's ball 2. So 2-0. Three and 0. And there's the 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. And that puts Jaden on with a 1-out walk here in the top of the first. So 1 out, 1 on. There goes, oh, ball low. Nice block by Jet. That's 1-0 as Jaden remains at first base. So getting on the mound is Kellen. Behind the plate is Jet. And the pitch. And it's ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Coach is going out to talk to his pitcher. Try to settle him down a little bit. So we're in the top of the first. 1 walk issued. You got 2-0 count on the current batter. Check on Jaden by Kellen. Oop. And is back in time. It's a 2-0 count to Josh. On deck is Britt. And the pitch. Called strike. That's 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. And the pitch. Foul ball out of play. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the first, no score. There's a fly ball to right center. That one's going in the gap. That's going to the fence. Throw comes in, and there's runners on the corners. So long single by Josh moves Jaden to third. With 1 out, Britt steps in. Ball outside. So flying ball is coming down, raining out of the air. So ball 1. That moves Josh to second. Ground ball to third. Fielded. Over to first. That's 2 down. And everybody's safe. So that's going to bring in JP with Carter on deck. And the pitch. Boxing away from Jet, but it's ball 1, and no one advanced. Still no score here in the first inning. We are in the top of the first. Two outs, 1 ball, no strikes to JP. And there's the 1-0 pitch. Foul ball, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ball high. 3-1. Ball just a little bit inside there, and that's going to load the bases with 2 outs. So 2 down, bases loaded. That's going to bring in Carter.
Hey, 2 of them, let's go.
And the pitch. Ball up. That's 1-0. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Still no score. And the pitch. And it's evens the count at 2-2. Foul ball. And the count will be 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
What you expect? I'm working with Jordan. We're done. That's 6. Hey, the kid throwing no hater.
And the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball again. And that's going to make it 2-2 once again. There's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder coming in. Makes the catch. And that is 3 outs. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left. At the end of the half inning, it's a 0-0 ball game. Coming up for R3 is going to be Sammy, Bryce, and Ryan. We'll go through the rest of the lineup when we come back. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. All right, folks, we're back. Back to top the order for R3. Obviously, Sammy's going to lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Got to clear the bases. There we go. Now we're set. Ball high, and the inning is underway. On the mound for Diamond Elite is JP, and behind the plate is Britt. Foul ball. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. And that is ball 3. So 3-2 count. And that's ball 4. So Sammy's the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the first inning. Brings in Bryce. Check the run at first base. Sammy's back in time. Foul ball. And it's going to be 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 from JP. Ball in the dirt. There goes Sammy. And Sammy's in there. 1-1. Sammy on second base. Ryan on deck. Ball's overthrown. And Sammy stays at second base. And the pitch. Ball in the dirt. There goes Sammy. Throw down to third. Not in time.
Hey, do a job.
2-1.
Do a job.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Coach going out to talk to his pitcher. Settling down a little bit after a 2-1 count. After a walk, and now there's a 2-1 count on Bryce, and Sammy stands down at third base.
Ooh, this your 6th game today, too?
He's 16.
I No, I told her he was just beat sitting there. I'm like, oh, you gotta be tired.
Commercial break.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, hang on.
TV time out.
Just talk. We'll be right back in a minute. All right, folks, we're back.
Do a job.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Sammy at third. Some timeout called by the batter as JP was taking a little bit too long.
You in the box getting cooked. Then you gotta call time.
Ball in the dirt. That gets away. Here comes Sammy. And R3 takes the lead. 1-0.
Great throw. Great throw.
So 3-1. It's very close at home. But Sammy gets in there. And it's a 1-0 lead for R3.
Hey, do a job still.
So 3-1 on Bryce. Ryan on deck. And the pitch from JP. That's ball 4. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. There is a game behind us at the on field 3 that is yet to start. They're out there warming up, so there'll be some teams here pretty late tonight. That's ball 1 to Ryan. So no balls, 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball foul, and it even count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. Throw down to second. And Bryce is in there. So it's a 2-1 count to Ryan. Bryce at second. And the 2-1 pitch. Pop fly on the infield. Shortstop's under it. Makes the catch. And that is 1 away. So Bryce remains at second base. That brings in Kievan. Ricky on deck. Ball low. Throw down to third. And he's in there. So Bryce is in there at third base. It's ball 1 to Kievan. Ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, runner at third. That is Bryce down at third base. And it's ball 3. So Cam comes over to have a quick conference with JP. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 out. And the pitch. Ball 4. And third walk issued this inning by JP. Ricky steps in. Runners on the corners. There's a fly ball to right center field. That's going all the way to the fence. Wow. And that's going to score at least 1 and put runners on the corners. And brings in another run for R3. Puts Kievan on third. Ricky is on with an RBI single. So throw down to second base, and he's safe. So Reed's at the plate. I believe it's an 0-1 count on Reed. It's a fly ball in the left field. Left fielder coming over. Shortstop goes back, makes a catch. And that's 2 down. And Kievan comes in and scores. And Ricky moves to third base. So 3-0 right now with R3 here in the bottom of the first. Two down. Rocco steps in. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
You want me to do it? I got it. Thanks. I'll remember that one. That was strong. Find one, bud.
Again, I want to thank you all for joining us here on the broadcast. If you would, please like, share, subscribe. That helps us grow our channel. Pop fly on the infield. JP's calling it. Makes a catch. And that's 3 outs. However, damage is done. R3 puts up 3 runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1, it's 3-0 R3. Coming up for Diamond Elite, it's going to be Brandon, Ski, and Nate. This is Doc, the Utro Plus A Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. New pitcher for R3. That's going to be Ricky. Coming up now is Brandon for Diamond Elite. First pitch comes in ball high. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Head down, drive it. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Jet still behind the plate, by the way, so everyone knows. Again, thanks for joining. If you would, please like, share, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but helps us grow the channel. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Helps us grow the channel so that way we can get advertisers and sponsors and enhance the experience for you, the fans, and these players. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 1 out. So 1 down. That brings in Ski. Nate on deck. And here's the pitch. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Nobody on top of the second. R3 leads it 3-0. Ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. And we'll make that 3-0. And a 3-0 pitch. Line shot in center field. Center fielder's going over. Makes a catch. Wow, over his head. That's 2 down. So 2 outs.
Batting, number 99.
That brings in Nate.
Hammer.
And the pitch. Ground ball to second base. Fielded by the second baseman. Over to first. And that is 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. At the end of 1.5, it's still R3-3. Diamond Elite 0. Coming up, it's going to be Sam, Kellen, and Anthony. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. Sam's going to step in here. First pitch. Called strike. So no one counts to Sam. JP still on the mound. Britt's still behind the plate. Ball low. That's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. Just getting underway here in the bottom of the second inning. With the final pool play game of the day of 13U action here on Field 4, Canal Park, Oldsmar, Florida. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, thank you for joining us. Here we go. Ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Foul ball. And it makes the count full at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball again. And we'll do 3-2 again. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Nobody on. Bottom of the second inning. And the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Center field going back. Makes a catch. And that is 1 away. So 1 down. That brings in Kellen. Anthony on deck. So 1 ball, no strikes.
Hit the ball. You don't need a sign for that.
Ball high. 2-0. And the pitch, 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes to Kellen. And that's ball 4. So Kellen's on with a 4-pitch walk to continue the inning here. Brings in Anthony. Jed on deck. Ball high. And it's 1-0. Ball low. And now it's 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Again, that is Kellen down at first base. Jet on deck. Anthony out to plate with a 2-0 count. And the 2-0 pitch. Called strike. And it's 2-1. So 3-1 count now from JP. And the pitch. Ball low. And that's ball 4. So runners at first and second. One down. Back-to-back walks issued. And the pitch. Bunt right back to JP over to first. And that is 2 away. So that moves the runners to second and third. That's going to bring in Sammy with 2 down. On deck is Bryce. Ball in the dirt. That's 1-0. Two and 0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. There's a ground ball to second base, fielded cleanly by Cam over to first, and that is 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left. At the end of 2, it's a 3-0 ball game. Coming up in the top of the third for Diamond Elite is going to be Reed, Cam, and Jaden. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, we're ready to go, folks. Here in the top of the third, Reed steps in. Ricky's still on the mound. That's ball one. That's called strike. Swing and a miss. That's 1-1. Ball two. And that's strike three. And that is 3 outs, or 1 out, excuse me.
Sure enough, man. Different approach here. All right, shine his light. Come on. We need one.
Now
Aggressive all three.
number 1.
Hey, sure enough. Let's go.
And Cam steps in with Jaden on deck. And here's the first pitch. Called strike.
All right.
And it's 0-1.
No more now. Let's go. Got short enough here.
Swing and a miss, strike two.
Tight. That's short enough. Short enough. That's a double, bro. Come on. Let's fight now. It only takes one. This is where you're at.
It's a fly ball in the infield. Third base, and that is 2 outs. So 2 down. That's going to bring in Jaden. Josh Eaker on deck. Foul ball. And that's going to make it 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike to Jaden. 2 outs. Top of third. Foul ball. 0-2. Jaden walked his last time up. And here's the 0-2 from Ricky. Fly ball to right field. Right fielder coming over. Second baseman actually going back, making the catch. And that is 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 2.5, it is 3-0, R3. Coming up in the bottom of the inning for R3 is going to be Bryce, Ryan, and Kievan. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. So Reed's coming in to take over pitching duties. And with that, let's take a quick break. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. After... All right, folks, here we go. Reed has finished his warm-ups as he takes over pitching duties after JP gave up 2 back-to-back walks. That brings in Kievan. Ricky on deck. Kievan walked and scored his last time up. And the pitch. Ball 1, the outside corner, or the outside of the plate there. So 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of 3rd. That was ball 2. And the pitch. Ball 3. Now Reed does have a base empty to put Kievan should he walk him here. It is a 3-0 count. That would bring in Ricky with bases loaded. It's called strike, and that's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ball 4, bases loaded. So that brings in Ricky. So 3 walks issued in a row by Diamond Elite pitching. Reed on deck. Couple defensive changes here for Diamond Elite. My guess is to bring a pitcher in to warm up. All right, so Ricky steps in. Ball in the dirt. That's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out. Bases loaded. 3-0 lead for R3. Called strike. That's 1-1. Ball off the plate. And the pitch. It's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder's under it. Makes the catch. Bryce tags and scores. And it's now 4-0. So it was Ryan at second, Kievan at first. Runners at first and second. That is Kievan at first, Ryan at second, like I said a minute ago. Bryce scores, and there's a ground ball to second base. Mishandled, but recovered, thrown over, and that's 2 down. Here comes the throw home, and they get him at home. So Ryan's thrown out at home. And that will end the inning. But R3 picks up 1 on no hits. No errors, and 1 left at the end of 3 innings. It's a 4-0 ball game. Coming up for Diamond Elite is going to be Josh, Britt, and JP. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. Okay, folks, we are back. Stepping in is Rocco. On deck is Sam. Well, excuse me, wrong side. Josh, Britt, and JP. So Josh steps in the batter's box. His first pitch from Ricky, called strike, and it's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Top of the 4th inning. And the pitch. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. R3 leads it 4-0. Here in the top of the 4th. Ground ball foul. And it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Ball outside. 2-2. There's a line shot, second base, caught. And that is 1 away. Ball off the plate. And it's 2-0. Excuse me, 1-0. So 1-0 count to Britt. JP on deck. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of 4. Foul ball, that's going to be out of play, and it's going to make the count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. On Britt. And the 1-2 pitch from Ricky. Just off the plate there. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball. And it's 2-2 again. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And here we go. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is 2 down. So 2 outs. That brings in JP. Carter on deck. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's on 1. And the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1. So 1-1 count. And this strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. On JP. And the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. And it will remain 1-2. So coming up in the bottom of the 4th, there's going to be Rocco, Sam, and Kellen for R3. And the pitch. Ground ball to 3rd, fielded cleanly. Over to 1st. And that is 3 outs. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3.5, it's a 4-0 game in favor of R3. This is Doc, the USSA Sports Network. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. As Rocco steps in, Sam on deck. On the mound is still Reed. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. So no balls, one strike to Rocco. So it's a 1-1 count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. It makes it 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And we'll make that 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. On deck is Sam. It's called strike. And now it's 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rocco. And it's ball 4. So runner on first base. And it's like we're going to have a pitching change. And that's going to be it for Reed, as Josh Eaker is coming in to pitch. So with that, we'll take a quick break. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. All right, folks, here we go. Rocco on first base. Sam steps in. Nobody out. Josh Eaker on the mound. Called strike, and it's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 1 on. That is Rocco at first. After he had that leadoff walk. Ground ball right back to Josh. Over to second base. They get him at second. Over to first. And he's safe. So nice try over there. They do get the lead run, though. So it is 1 down. That brings in Kellen. On deck is Anthony. Foul ball, out of play. That's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Ball low. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. And that makes it 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. As that one come in just a little bit low for Kellen. Ground ball right back to Josh again. Throw to second. They get him at second. Over to first. And they get him double play. What a job. So that is it for the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. And at the end of 4, it's still a 4-0 ball game. Coming up for Diamond Elite is going in the top of the 5th is going to be Carter, Brandon, and Ski. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back as Diamond Elite takes the batter's box now. Carter stepping in there.
per sack, 50 racks. Maybe have a talk with your son.
I said new pitcher is Reed for for R3. Swing and a miss. Strike one on Carter.
Been a while, really, by the way.
It's been the whole season.
Ball just off the plate. That's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Just getting it away here in the top of the 5th. Called strike, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. There's a line shot into left field. That's going to drop in between everybody. And Carter's on with a leadoff single here in the top of the 5th. That's going to bring in
Batting number 8,
Brandon.
Thompson Jr.
On deck is Ski. Carter gets his lead at first. Reed checks him. Ball inside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first. Reed comes set. Checks Carter. And delivers home. Ball 2. Goes to first base. Carter stays. Gets back in time. Called strike. And it's 2-1. Jet checked Carter at first. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And it's a 2-2 count. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Be smart, man. Let's go. Been here before. Like practice.
Ball inside. There goes Carter. Carter's in there. As the count's full, he moves to second base on the steal.
Let's go. Just like practice, man. Drive it. Let's go.
Nobody out. Foul ball right behind us here. And we'll do 3-2 again. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 3-2 delivery from Reed. Line shot in the right field. That's going to get down for a hit. And Carter's rounding third, and he holds up as he's halfway home. Here's the throw home. And they get him home. That allows Brandon to go to second. So we give Brandon an RBI, or excuse me, not RBI single, but a single. Went to second on the throw. So one down, Brandon at second. Ski steps in. Top of 5. Foul ball out of play. And it's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. Reed checks the runner at second, goes in the center field. Brandon gets up. Nice backup by the center fielder. As the ball gets thrown around, and that's going to allow Brandon to go to third. No one covering home right now. So Brandon's on third. Ski has a 0-1 count on him. On deck is Nate. And the 0-1 pitch. Ball, that gets away, and here comes the first run for Diamond Elite, and he's in there. Brandon. That's a 1-1 count to Ski, and it's all of a sudden a 4-1 ball game. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. 1 run across here in the 5th. Called strike, and that is 1-2. Prior to the single by Carter to lead this inning off, R3 pitching and retired 10 batters in a row. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball right back at us. And we'll do 2-2 again. Ball low and inside. 3-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is 2 down. That'll bring in Nate. Reed on deck. Here's the first pitch from Reed. Ball low, and it's 1-0. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Ball high, 2-0. And makes it 3-0. Or excuse me, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. And it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. It's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder coming in. Makes a catch. And that is 3 outs. However, Diamond Elite do pick up 1 on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left. At the end of 4.5, it's a 4-1 ball game. Coming up for R3 in the bottom of the 5th is going to be Anthony Jett in the back of the top of the order with Sammy. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. We'll be back. Okay, folks, we're back. Anthony steps in the batter's box. The Britt's on the mound. We had a quick change there. So Britt went from catcher to pitcher. And behind the plate is Jaden. So here we go. Anthony steps in. Jett on deck. Time to lead trail by 3 in this one. And the pitch. Called strike. And it's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Ball low. 1-1. And that is 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Bottom of 5. R3 leads it 4-1. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And evens the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ooh, that hit him. And leadoff walk issued to Anthony. That brings in Jet. On deck is Sammy. Call strike. Oops. It's an 0-1 count to Jet. And second pitch. Ball 1, excuse me. That's a pretty good move and curveball by Britt. And 1-1 pitch, ground ball, foul. 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Ball outside. Anthony holds it first. 2-2. Sammy on deck. Called strike 3, and that is 1 away. Sammy steps in. On deck is Bryce with 1 out. Anthony's still at first. And the pitch. Ground ball. That's going through to right field for a hit. And Sammy's on with a single. Anthony holds it second. It brings in Bryce. And here's the first pitch. And that pass ball lets everybody move up the base.
Hey, give him an RBI today.
So 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball. Fielded by the shortstop over to first. And they get him. But it does score another run, though. And it makes it 5-1. Makes it 2 down. That brings in Ryan. On deck is Kievan. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Strike 2. And it's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball. Base hit into the left field. That's going to score another run. And R3 leads it 6-1. And that's the ball game. Time limit. And the final score here is going to be R3 6. Diamond Elite 1. Again, thanks for joining us here in the Fall Championship. This is Doc, the USSSA Sports Network. Appreciate you joining us here on the broadcast of 13U action. Tomorrow we'll be at Ed Radis Park, where we'll cover 10U, 11U, and 12U. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you tomorrow, everyone.